Hello, my name is Jack and we are from Scots College. Obodo Wood sources wood and processes it using its unique thermal technology, which increases its durability and adds resistance against fungi and insects. This technology is expensive, but avoids harmful chemicals and allows the wood to be recycled, so Obodo operates in a premium market. Our case question is, how can Obodo Wood increase its market share in New Zealand from 5 to 10% by 2020? In doing so, our market strategy will match supply to demand while building a brand in a largely commoditized market.
First, we've identified three key issues: inventory control, lack of brand awareness and competition. Inventory control mainly comes from the unpredictable demand they receive from supplying through placemakers. If a customer visits placemakers and purchases a large quantity of wood, placemakers will place an order with Obodo Wood. However, as the thermal treatment has a long turnaround time, the lack of supply to match demand results in loss of sales and therefore revenue. They either do not have enough wood to match the demand and lose revenue from not making sales, or they have too much and this leads to high inventory costs for something they don't need to supply. Both of these result in higher costs and therefore lower profit. The lack of brand awareness can be partially attributed to the market itself, as it is hard to advertise in. Obodo hasn't had a large focus on marketing as it is still developing. The main marketing they have done is being the cladding supplier for this season of the block, which is being eco-friendly. This is a good option as potential home builders will be watching this. Furthermore, as they currently operate in a niche market, the lack of advertising means their existing customer base is already small. This lack of brand awareness in the market means that people who would go to them if they knew of them and don't know about them will go somewhere else, and therefore they will lose potential sales and limiting profitability. The final key issue is competition. Obodo has competition in two aspects. There are companies like Carter Holt Harvey which are cheaper than Obodo, so they are unable to engage in price competition. Also, there are companies like Akoya which provide high quality, expensive wood which are competing with Obodo on the quality scale. The trouble with this is Obodo has neither point of difference, as they aren't the cheapest or best quality, which can be troublesome and can result in less sales. Secondly, I'll talk about Obodo's customers. They are mainly residential customers like home builders. As Obodo's wood is more expensive, their customers are more likely to be upper class with a sense of style and passion for being eco-friendly, which usually the upper class care about as they can afford these eco-friendly products. Obodo also does have some commercial demand, the most recent of which being the Vodafone building in Christchurch. Given this, we decided that the customers would be willing to pay a premium price for quality assurance and environmental sustainability. Finally, I'll be presenting our strategy to combat these issues. Our overlining goal is to increase Obodo's market share from 5% to 10% by 2020. There are two arms to this strategy: residential and commercial. Residential is a short-term solution, and for the solution, Obodo would pair with a kit set company such as Lockwood Homes. This would mean that this company would recommend Obodo's wood to their customers, increasing Obodo's sales in the residential area. On top of this, when they book an appointment with Lockwood, we will give them a tiki keychain made out of Obodo wood. The second arm of commercial market share is a long-term solution. We decided to implement a marketing campaign that for every 100 square metres of wood companies buy, Obodo will offer them the option to plant a tree themselves, or Obodo can plant the tree to later be harvested. This means that their production will be in a cycle as they replace the wood they use with new trees. We decided not to focus on exports as it is too unpredictable and wood is cheaper in Australia, and also Obodo would lose one of its points of differences being a New Zealand supplier. Also, they already have existing channels of marketing and through television with the Block TV, Block NZ, as there would be no point in advertising on other shows, as people who would want to build homes would already watch the block, so putting ads on other shows they watch would result in diminishing returns.
In order to implement these strategies and achieve our goal, we've come up with some key ideas that we think can work in both arms. Firstly, in the residential sector, we aim to partner with Lockwood Homes, a large and competitive kit set company in New Zealand. By being their preferred supplier, we expect demand for our product to grow. Not only by doing this, we intend to offer warranties for our products to ensure and guarantee a high quality product, which is an augmented value for customers, along with offering early bird discounts to ensure that customers who pay on time are given a discount, increasing our cash flow in the business. We also want to see Obodo wood used in Lockwood showrooms throughout New Zealand, again increasing market awareness. And finally, we would like to offer a rebate scheme to Lockwood so that every time they meet sales targets, the credit is applied for the next financial year, encouraging Lockwood to promote Obodo wood further. Along with this, we would like to give away small products to potential customers in order to promote our brand. Things like Tiki keychains or a Kiwi keychain not only promote our image of being a new, clean, green, New Zealand sustainable company, but increase our market awareness and brand awareness for customers. This helps to solve our three key issues, as first of all, people are ordering in advance because they know they have to build a house in the future, solving an inventory problem. By giving products away, we are increasing our brand image and awareness of us for potential customers who can pass this on to other people. And by partnering with Lockwood, we increase our competitiveness in the New Zealand market as they are such a large company. In the commercial sector, what we would like to do is, along with offering bulk discounts, offer a new eco-loop system for potential customers. This means that for every 100 meters squared of wood that a commercial project buys from us, we give them a tree that they can plant to promote their own sustainable efforts and their own marketing campaigns, along with ensuring that Obodo has a assured longevity in its business model. This point of difference is particularly important for large commercial projects who wish to promote their eco-friendly image. Again, this solves our three issues, as we know that these commercial projects are ordering many times in advance to residential products. Because of their scale, there is a greater brand awareness of who Obodo Wood is, and also the competitiveness is increased by showing a new style to wood production.
Obodo Wood currently holds a small market share in the timber cladding market, estimated to be approximately 5% of residential sales. With approximately 2,400 new residential dwellings in 2016, 120 are estimated to be built by Obodo Wood. The average weighted price for Obodo cladding is $300 per square metre, and the estimated quantity of cladding needed for the average house is 150 square metres. Therefore, Obodo Wood could expect to gain $45,000 of revenue on each house, meaning $5.4 million of revenue per year from the residential sector. Meanwhile, although Obodo Wood has a very small number of commercial projects, with only 2 recent ones, each of these require a large quantity of cladding, about $1 million in the past year. Hence, Obodo Wood has an annual revenue of approximately $6.4 million. As no financial statements have been provided, the EBITDA margin has been assumed to be 20% of revenue, so EBITDA is $1.3 million. This is due to analysis of companies working in a similar industry who have released their financial statements to shareholders. As Obodo Wood is a medium-sized company, using the multiples method, we've estimated their current company valuation as $9.1 million. Based on 14% growth in previous years, revenue is projected to increase from $5.4 million to $14.6 million. This will increase residential market share from 5% to 9.2%, our key residential metric. Similarly, based on 11% average growth in previous years in the commercial market, revenue is projected to increase from $1 million to $2.1 million. This will increase commercial market share from 0.8% to 1.3%, a much more modest key metric. And this is because the commercial strategy is a long-term strategy which isn't as fast growth as residential. This means that residential revenue is $14.6 million and commercial revenue is $2.1 million by 2020, with a total revenue of $16.7 million. Now, using the same EBITDA margin of 20%, projected EBITDA in 2020 is $3.3 million, and therefore company valuation in 2020 is $23.4 million. Now, the overall size of the prize is an increase in company value from 9 to 23.4 million, and this correlates to an increase in the market share from 5 to 10%. And as the market itself has increased in size, company value has increased proportionately more than market share. And from 2020, we will implement further strategy to target the commercial market, as we envisage that we would have reached saturation in the residential market.
In summary, our strategy increases market share in New Zealand from 5 to 10% by 2020. The first arm of our strategy increases residential market share through a partnership with Lockwood Homes and complementary collectibles. Meanwhile, the second arm of our strategy emphasises sustainability, which should attract business, customers, and increase our commercial market share. Combined, these increase Obodo Wood's valuation from 9 million to 23.4 million. With this strategy, the connectivity and future of Obodo Wood look as bright as ever. Thank you for viewing our presentation.